What is going on, Guardians, and welcome back to another Destiny gameplay video. In this video, you're going to be seeing exclusively No Land Beyond and Sidearm footage. So the question I really want to tackle in this video is, since the recent updates and changes to the Crucible, is No Land Beyond plus Sidearm still effective? Because I gotta be honest, I don't see too many sidearms at all in the Crucible. And then on top of that, if you go to something like, Destiny Trials Report, and you look up the percentages of kills in Trials of Osiris, some of these more competitive playlists, and you break it down, and there's tons of shotgun, there's tons of sniper, there's a little bit of fusion rifle, and there's almost no sidearm action. No love for sidearms. And I've actually had some questions in recent videos where people ask the question, True, what about sidearms? Are they still relevant? Can they still compete? So that's really the question we're going to tackle here. No Land Beyond and sidearms as well, both in tandem. And the short answer to that question for me is, yeah, it's totally still viable across all playlists. 6v6, 3v3, whatever it may be. I think that this combination is it's a fun combination, but it's also an effective combination once you get used to how both of these weapons play. And the thing is, I think the reason why you don't see a lot of people running this setup, it's sort of a novelty setup. I think the reason you don't see a lot of it is because they play so uniquely that it takes some adjustment in order to play it actually effectively. Besides these little shining moments, anybody and everybody can equip these weapons and have some shining moments where they make some good plays and feel good about it and like the combo, but are they really going to use this combination when it matters? Probably not. At least in my experience, I see very, very few people using this loadout consistently or seriously. And because of that, I think that it's pretty overlooked. You may be one of the outliers, and you may say, hey, I do this all the time. Well, what does all the time actually mean? Does that mean once a week you equip this, or is this your main? There's sort of varying degrees of I use this. What exactly does that entail? So I think the best comparison I can make when talking about this combination is that it's very, very similar to one of the most popular loadouts in the game right now, and that is the combination of a last word and a sniper of any variant. Usually it's a middle to high impact sniper, something like a 1K stare, longbow, LDR, her fury, something in that family of sniper rifle. That's a very, very common setup. This is actually very, very similar to that setup in the way that it plays. And let me talk about why. So first of all, sidearms and the last word are very similar, okay? They have a high rate of fire, they can do a lot of damage in a short amount of time, especially in closer quarters engagements. So, last word, guys use it a lot of times to handle people who are rushing. It's good at outgunning special weapons in close range, like fusion rifles and shotguns. So all I have to do is a little bit of juking, and one of the best strengths about the last word, it's a hand cannon. So what that means is that it's more accurate from the air than any other variant of primary weapon. So it's got additional accuracy while airborne, so you can jump over cover when you get someone primed and finish them off and shoot accurately from the air. And obviously the high rate of fire. Those are the great strengths of the last word. So the sidearm is no different. Sidearms are very accurate from the air, and especially if you get one that has something like a rangefinder, this is going to only even further increase your accuracy and how much damage you can deal with a sidearm, and it can easily compete with the last word in close to medium range if you're landing your shots. Obviously, same deal as the last word. So they play very similarly, and one of the biggest strengths and major approaches to engagements that the last word sniper loadout has going for it is the body shot with the sniper cleanup with the last word shots. So usually all you have to do is a body shot with a sniper rifle, switch to the primary, the last word, and pop off one shot is usually enough to drop anything that's coming at you. So a lot of guys use that combination, right? Now, before you let the rage flow, like, that's so broken, body shots are stupid, right? But before you let that rage flow, just understand something, okay? I don't think anyone out there intentionally says, I'm going to go for a body shot here and clean him up with my primary. Obviously, most people, they're trying to hit the head, right? So when they have their sniper out, they're trying to hit you in the head so they can get that instant kill, right? That's always a better scenario than body shot, take the time to switch to the primary, and then try and follow it up with a follow-up shot, right? It's obviously the better scenarios to get the headshot. But here's the thing that might shock you, right? Everybody misses headshots sometimes. Okay, you may be shocked to find out that the people who rage the most about body shots, if you look up their stats on DTR and you look at their headshot percentage, it's less than 100. I know, that's crazy. It's mind-boggling, okay? Everybody misses headshots from time to time. So it's not that it's broken. It's not that it's cheap. It's the smart thing to do. When you miss a headshot and you hit the body instead, you didn't mean to, but what are you going to do? You're going to sit there and hard scope it again as they're trying to close the gap and finish you off? And run the risk of missing your next shot with a sniper rifle and close. No, that's dumb. You're going to switch to your primary. You're going to try and finish your kill, because kills get points, and points win games. And when you don't die, that's a good thing. When you do get kills, that's a good thing, right? That's just the smart thing to do. So that's one of the biggest strengths that the Last Word sniper combo has going for it. And similarly, the No Land Beyond Sidearm combination has that same strength. In fact, in a lot of this gameplay, you're going to see moments where I actually miss a headshot. It happens from time to time. And so I get a guy primed, be it with a body shot from the No Land Beyond, or maybe I whiff the shot with the No Land Beyond, and I throw a grenade as my sort of reactionary defensive move. The grenade primes him, and I finish him off with the sidearm. Okay, here I close the gap on a guy. He was primed. I didn't just hang back and wait for him to double peek and come back out with full health. No, I pushed him as I knew he was weak. I switched to the my Last Word equivalent, my sidearm. I finish him off. I tag another guy with a grenade. It does damage to him. What am I going to use the No Land Beyond at close quarters? No, I'm going to switch to the sidearm just like a Last Word and pop off rapid shots in quick succession to do enough damage to finish the guy off. So this combination is similar to the Last Word sniper combo in all of the strengths that combination has going for it. In-air accuracy with your rapid firing pistol, being able to pull off multiple shots in quick succession accurately, that's one of the strengths of the sidearm. Okay, so that's the best sort of analogy I can make for this loadout. When you learn to use it effectively, it's going to play very similar to that build, and that's a very common build. Okay, lots and lots and lots and lots of people use it. In fact, it's one of the most common setups in the Trials of Osiris, because the way that elimination plays, it does often favor more passive play, so snipers are common. But in order to deal with those people that close gaps, you also want to have your rapid firing, quick DPS dealing pistol, like the Last Word, aka sidearm in this scenario. Does that make sense? You following me there? So this combination can be used very, very effectively. I don't think that it's irrelevant, okay? I'm a firm believer in this loadout when you learn to use it effectively. Now, does that mean that you're going to see people in tournaments using this setup? No, you're never going to see that. Absolutely not. The Last Word sniper combo is better. Okay, there's no way around it. Okay, it is better to use a Last Word and a sniper rifle of some kind. Absolutely, that's why you're going to see it in sweats. Also, another thing about sweats and tournaments is that unlike Trials of Osiris and Elimination, see, Trials and Elimination are predominantly, and this is unfortunate, I think, they're predominantly special weapon favoring playlists. Okay. So those playlists do favor special weapons over primary. So if you have a really good special weapon game and a mediocre to weak primary game, you can still do pretty well in the Trials of Osiris. But in tournaments and sweats and those kinds of things, which I know that 99.9% of you guys are not participating in, but maybe you're interested in them and maybe you watch them, okay? They are dominated by primary gunplay, okay? And that's one of the good things about, I have my beef with those environments in Destiny, but the one thing I will say they do have going for them is that primary gun skill is hugely important. I like that. So, that's one of the reasons you won't see this loadout in those scenarios, is because your primary weapon only has 12 rounds, okay? Your No Land Beyond. And it's easy to run out of sidearm ammo if you're really trying to play as a team, and you're trying to do some damage on guys that you may not even be able to finish off. That's really important in sweats and competitions, is just keeping people's recovery stat out of the picture, so doing damage. And so if you're trying to team fire stuff down, even when you know you can't get the kill, that's ammo that you're blowing through in your sidearm, so you're not going to see it in that environment. But in 99.9% of Crucible engagements, public lobbies where all of you guys play, this loadout is great. It can be used highly effectively if you get used to how these weapons play, and that's my opinion. I stand by it. So hopefully you enjoyed the gameplay. Hopefully you can give this loadout a shot if you haven't already, and let me know if you enjoy this loadout and if you kind of feel the same way I do about it. Thanks for stopping by, guys. I will catch you in the Crucible.